Hi there, welcome to the Tent News, where the truth comes to light and the stories everyone is talking about are brought straight to you. From shocking confessions and viral social media moments to real life mysteries and trending drama, this is the place where we uncover it all. Now, please watch this video first, and I will be back with the rest of my commentary.
Since 2007, almost 20 years.
Oh, you are part of us now.
Yeah, ne? It's been a long time, Yana Maria. Okay, I'm back. You are part of us now. Since 2007. While Abok Figa have been here for many, many years. Dare I say centuries. Abok Figa. She's been here 2007. Have you checked something? They believed her. They didn't ask her any questions. Immediately after I've been here since 2007, she's part of us now. Nothing wrong with that. But what's wrong is they didn't ask her for her papers, her documents. They just believed her. All she had to do is to say, I've been here from 2007. Immediately they believe her. They didn't ask Guti, where are your documents to show Guti? You are now a South African citizen from 2007. When did you get your citizenship? What? No, it's all smiles. I understand. I understand. When it gets to Botaki, you'll be asking for papers. You'll be telling someone, Uti, they sell expired goods, poisonous food. Never sharp abarekisa di tamat in the streets. Yeah, they're taking our jobs. Isn't she taking people's jobs, South African jobs? She's not, ne? Because maybe, I don't know. I don't know whether she's working or not in South Africa. But I bet you, even if she was working in South Africa, maybe you guys who say Mabahambi, you don't want the kind of job she does. Maybe you want to sell tamatis, you want to sell, you want to own spaza shops. I don't know. That's how great you think you are. Or that's your vision, which is South Africans should be just selling Kodi spaza shops. That's the vision you have for South Africa. The greatness of South Africans. It's not land. It's not getting back the land. According to these people who will match Mabahand, it's not owning land. It's not owning the means of production. It's not dealing with the corrupt government. It's not owning the economy. It's not having a good education. Because manje, education apparently manje is useless. Apparently education manje is useless. I even heard someone in their life, you don't eat education. You do not eat education. So these people, they have so much hate. So much hate that they say education is not important. What's important is Paza shops and Mabahambi. Hating fellow Africans. That's more important. And then they come and tell us what. It's not xenophobia. It's Afrophobia. It's not xenophobia, it's Afrophobia. They hate Africans and they show us every time that they hate Africans. Even in the comment sections, when I see people see videos and I see other people talk in the comment sections, I realize that those ones hate Africans. They hate black people. They hate themselves. And they want to say, hey, now we have a new struggle. The new struggle is this illegal foreigners. Hey, 1976, June 16 just happened. They were talking about 1976, the children were taking the energy from Batu. June 16, 1976, the children. The only thing they were fighting against Bantu education, against Africans. You really think that? No, they were fighting the system. those children. They were fighting for the land, not just to vote. And Luna Babu Ammaka, the youth of 1976 were fighting Africans only. No. Because sometimes you have to deal with the aftermath of June 16. That's the thing. You only check the headlines. June 16, even go Cape Town, even colored people who speak or who spoke Afrikaans then were fighting. They heard what's happening in Soweto, the riots. They also started their riots because they understood it was not only about Afrikaans. It was fighting the system. Afrikaans is a language. Yes, back then it was the language of the oppressed. But many people speak and spoke Afrikaans then. The fight was not about the language. The fight was how the language was being implemented, or how the apartheid government wanted to implement the language policy. That's all. Not the language itself. Not the language itself. June 16, the kids that there has been many articles and many people have spoken about it. They took their ideology from Steve Biko, Black consciousness, Pan-Africanism. Let me repeat, Black consciousness. And when you hate Africans and you want to tell us about the June 16, 1976 youth, while you hate black people as a black person, while you hate Africans as an African, Marco won. Basapotembo mabahambe. Batshaba makgowa. When they see a white person, they just smile. They are gods, your gods. And you see another African, another black person as inferior to you. Life. And in this thing, I see many content creators, big content creators, man. They tiptoe around these issues. Like they are scared to talk about it. And there's this new talk, middle class, poor class, what. Hey, lived experience. Lived experience, man. You come here and lie to us and say it's your lived experience. You come here and lie and say it's your lived experience. Lived experience is South Africans are doing the crime in South Africa. Lived experience is South African women are scared of South African men. Because there's been many instances when South African men unalive South African women. Not only unalive, rape South African women. Oh, let me be clear, I don't care about TikTok. Many instances where South African men kill South African women. South African men raping South African women. Hell, I'm scared of South African men. There are many instances where South African men kill other South African men. Just because, I don't know, ba shetse chira high, or ko tlapong ba hatile teke ya high, or umpege snacks, umpega kanjani wena. Umpega kanjani, boom, gone. Dead. Just because someone didn't like how you looked at them. Or you took their girlfriend. Do it now. South Africans. Go guys, oh, middle class, you don't understand. You live in the suburbs. I get all guys. Get all guys. Criminals are South Africans. We know that. That's the lived experience of South Africans. Why don't you talk about that? Hey, no. Aye. You're lying here. Hey, middle class, middle class, man, they're scared of talking because hey, they're going to say you middle class, you don't understand the pain. Many middle class of South Africans, black South Africans, understand the pain because they know which they have family members in the townships now. And now they are 2 pay slips away from being poor and back to kokas. Amar sharp. A re boneng ka di-30. Nna ke Mosotho. Ke tla bona ka lona le mpotseng ID re le batla ID ko nna. Ke tla bona o tla etsalang. If ka bolawa ka bolawa.
So many South Africans have been calling out Ungizwe Mchunu after he was seen standing with a German woman, white woman, and the woman was telling him that she have been here in South Africa since 2007 and she's staying in Cape Town, and he looked at her and said, "Oh, you are one of us. Like, you are one of us, so you really don't have to worry about anything." Even he's actually saying this, leaning towards her, and so many Africans, South Africans, were not happy about this because now we all get to see the motive behind these marches. It's not about illegal immigrants. It's not about foreigners, because if that was the case, he was going to put the very same what can I say, the very same power, effort that he puts when it was a black African. We know that if it was a black African, he was not going to react like that. He was actually going to swear at this person, ask this person for their documents so that they can verify themselves, or just tell them, you have to leave. You have to leave. The fight is not against illegal immigrants, guys. The fight is not about foreigners. It is way too deeper than we can actually think about, than we can actually see, because this is actually, I feel like it's a time of revelation. Like, everything is being exposed. If you have been doing something in the darkness, it is coming to light. Everyone gets to see, oh, this one is like this. And he has just exposed himself unknowingly, so without even realizing it. Because what do you mean that this woman, and I'm sure she told him because she's also concerned. Yes, she not Uguti and this white lady, she knows what is happening. No, she told him because she's also concerned about what is happening in South Africa. But surprisingly, she is welcomed with warm hands to say, nope, you are one of us. You don't have to worry about anything.